A detour is set up by removing a connector from one side of the square.
Keep calling. Dad, you call him.
Given a domino to place in the bottle Dad is holding, Bavin promptly makes the detour to get to him. Where'd the slide go?
Okay. Now, another domino.
He easily repeats the detour with Mom.
You know, he's almost ready to do a come sign. Let's gamble. Let's try it. He's in outer space right now. Oh, here he is. One step. Make it a bigger step.
For the first time, Bavin learns that he can use the come sign to bring someone closer. First Mom, then Dad are instructed to take one step toward Bavin each time he makes the come sign with eye contact.
I want him to be able to use the come sign and the word, not only with her, but with you.
Okay.
Okay? So you stand there, Mom, give him the bottle, and coach him. Coach him. Go ahead. Come. Okay, he's gotten it. Very nice. I wasn't at all sure we were going to get that. This exercise will help him look at you. But saying look at you in our system is just a waste of time.
To improve eye contact, Dr. Miller teaches Mom and Dad how to help Bavin look at them by bringing the object he needs to their faces.
No, the mistake is you got to bring it in first. Here, here, here.
Here, Bavin, here.
Here. And they'll come out of the fog and get it. Here. You may even have to touch him. Here. That's it. Now get it. You got it? So now he has to close the door. You don't leave the refrigerator open.
Finally, a toy refrigerator is placed on a station so that Bavin learns to open it, get a can, and bring it to a therapist who lets him stack it.
Where he has to learn that that refrigerator maintains its existence no matter where he moves.
He can find the refrigerator even when it is moved to a different location, and even when covered.
He's a neat kid. You got to work hard with him, but he can develop.
I got it. That's great. Thank you for showing us that.
My pleasure.
We compare the two treatment methods by considering receptive understanding, problem solving, and expressive communication. During 1 hour of the Miller method, Bavin was taught a variety of receptive concepts, including up, down, get up, sit down, push, pull, come, go to mommy, go to daddy, pour, put in, open, close. For problem solving, Bavin learns to write an overturned bottle, solves a detour problem, and learns that his actions have an effect, such as pushing blocks down a slide or opening and closing a door. Expressively, Bavin learns to make the come sign word to bring mother and father to him. During 1 hour of ABA, Bavin echoed without connection to their objects the words helicopter, cup, star, fan, clock, pen, pins, Play-Doh, and several others. Problem solving. Bavin repeats ribbon twirling around his body, modeled by the therapist. Expressive communication, none demonstrated.
I guess just comment on some of the questions about how you evaluate success. I think from our perspective, it's quality of life. And then we define quality of life specifically. I think if you look at John's study in 1993, I think he did a pretty good job of defining quality of life. And quality of life was meaningful friendships. Quality of life meant that you were able to go in general education without supports. Quality of life meant that you lost a diagnosis. That's what quality of life was defined as. And we were quite successful back then at meeting that objective.
The ABA approach that Dr. Leek was using has certain goals to it. What are the goals in the Miller method? Can you explain that there's differences?
Our goal is to get a kid in this world. Many of these kids come to us, they don't exist. They have no sense of being. If a child does not have an awareness of the self in opposition to another person, they can't communicate. There's no one there. The general goal is efficacy. The secondary goals are developing use of the hands. A corollary goal is becoming much more aware of causality. Sit down. That's you I'm talking to.
Sit down.
And we like the signs because close to the body, it's iconic, it looks like what it represents, and it gives its children a sense of competence and power that they're influencing the world around them and getting people to do things. We've had one kid learn to do, for the first time, learn to do get up and sit down. Then he went through the house, had everybody who was sitting to get up and sit down, which is wonderful.
And the one thing about your method is there's always so many people around and they're all doing stuff, you know, and I'm like, does that delay their growth that, and the goals that you're trying to do with all of that stuff going
No,
on?
this is an artificial situation. We
Well,
have.
even in your videos, there was quite a bit of people in the room, and somebody was always talking to them. When the girls were working with the kids, you were in the background going da 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 da. She was rocking the child.
Typically, it's two people. When I do video conferencing, it's usually two people working with the kid, a teacher or a therapist and an assistant. And if I'm doing video conferencing, I'm guiding the work unless the person is highly trained and doesn't require that.
And in your method, it's as if you're coaching everyone in the background.
Yeah.
And I would think that that would be distracting.
It is if a child has reached a certain level of functioning, it can be distracting.
When I work individually with a child, it's either me and the child on the structure, or often because I want to incorporate a parent, if the parent is with me, then we work in a coordinated way. And as the teacher in a classroom, it was me and one or two assistants, and we also worked in a coordinated way.
We want to give them that joy of saying, you know, helicopter or fan, and try to reduce it where it's not prompted. So it becomes absolutely independent of what we're doing. And so they get that joy, and that's what we try to go for. So I think if we have behaviors under control, teach them how to learn, have strong motivational systems that absolutely lead to internal motivation. We don't need to give any reinforcer for a child if they say fan and they get the fan to turn it on. There's the reinforcer that their request is reinforced themselves. We can get kids to what he can do.
He will tend to repeat what he's just heard. So, for example, if I just said, good job, he'll say, good job, you know, or if we've just been doing the helicopter, and he's been saying helicopter, 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 when I switch and do something different, and he has to request for a different item, he'll tend to say helicopter, okay? So you can see at points in that training, one of the things I was starting to do was to try to introduce, like, we're going to play this, and he might have to ask for the pen, and then I'll switch to do a different activity, so he's going to request for something different. That's to give him the opportunity to practice very frequently, switching from, okay, don't just keep repeating what you said, switch and actually think about what you want to have.
The kid says come, how would you judge whether he understands the meaning of that word?
There's, you know, several indices of looking at how you define, how you understand, if they understand what they're saying. And it's persistence maybe, if they get upset if the person doesn't come, if they try to go and get the child, the parent himself, there's lots of ways to judge that.
Would you say that if the child consistently uses that word in a situation and he doesn't use a different word, would you take that?
That would be an indice of meaning for sure too.
If he's already demonstrated that he can say the word, like when he's standing up there saying come, come, why does he have to sign it?
That's a great question. If he's already saying the word, why do you bother with the sign? Anybody want to respond to that in the audience?
Because it doesn't necessarily have meaning.
That's exactly correct. When he does this, the probability of meaning is enhanced. If he says word, you don't know if it means anything or it's garbage. You understand? So, but that's why we insist on that, and that's why we also insist that he look at the person while he is making the sign, because that's the essence of communication. You're talking to someone.